What are your KPIs, and are you using cold callers? Like how many actual cold calls get you a contract right now? Or are
So
you just strictly cold calling yourself?
I haven't cold called myself in probably 3. No, honestly, I've cold called myself last month, but that was for the YouTube channel.
Hmm.
For my own business, I probably haven't cold called in 2.5, 3 years. It's been a
Okay.
while.
Do you
Okay.
use cold callers?
Yeah, probably around
Okay.
3 right now. Like we don't go stupid on it just because I like cold calling, but most of our deals are going to go from direct mail. But just to scoop in the deals that we can't get through direct mail or SMS, we'll have cold callers. But really answering this question gets hard because like how many cold
Hmm.
calls do I get a deal? And it's always different. I've always found out 500 for drawing for dollars is going to get me a deal in my own market. Probably rougher to 2 to 3,000 on a government list. But I hate to say it, I like mashing them all up and then just throwing them out there. Every code violation, arrest record, like any type, just throw it in there. And then I get in trouble for saying it, probably 4 to 5,000 if I'm going to skip trace the list and use a dialer of a high equity tired landlord and just kind of what like a swath list, liens, any type of motivation. Really, if you have at least 60% equity and you're below the median home price, we're going to call you. And so
Okay.
every month we renew the list, which it doesn't cost us that much money because anything that's added on, we put on, but anything that's taken off, it's not really on there too much. So that's probably it's 500 to 5,000. It depends on the list. The more motivated and harder it is to get a list, the more deals we'll get per list.
So let me ask you this, because right now the lists that I'm being told even by my cold callers to utilize is absentee owners, of course, 45% or more equity, 3 properties or less, and that's the list that I'm running off of. But I've been doing this for about 8 weeks now, and I've got one contract in the last 8 weeks. So I don't feel like that list is.
Why are cold callers telling you what list to pull?
Well, I just ask them, what kind of results are they seeing within their agency, and they're telling me that those are the best results that they're seeing.
So you're using a VA company?
Yeah, I'm using a VA company.
How's that working for it?
I just used them for 8 weeks, so I'm not sure, but I know somebody else that's using them, and they're having a really good success.
Okay, cool. So if you're going to use them, first of all, they're not going to use your script. So you just got to make sure you figure out what process they're using.
Hmm.
But what market are you in again?
I am in Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Those are the ones I'm cold calling. But all they're really doing is just asking their motivation, timeline, price, and then they're sending everything to me, and I'm actually closing them.
Okay, that's probably the best way to do it.
Hmm.
Honestly, in my opinion here, I'm just trying to think of the way you should be doing it. I would just put government lists in there, plug and play them.
Okay.
Liens, tax delinquencies, code violations, probate. That's probably gonna be the best one.
Okay.
And then
Sounds good.
I would bump up equity to 60%.
Okay.
Because obviously a VA is going to say, hey, spend more money and we'll give you better results. And that's kind of what they want you to do. And probably not the best for you, right? But they're doing
Right.
what's best for them. And so I'm trying to give you what's best for you.
Yeah, because I did the Facebook and PPC leads. I've spent $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it is a relationship game. I come to find out I'm actually getting leads now that I used Facebook April, May, June, July, calling me now with cheaper prices.
Yeah.
I guess it's better when you build the rapport in the long term, but it's not quick result.
It's not. And I honestly, for 12 grand on direct mail, will almost guarantee me 2 to 3 deals. It would guarantee me about 50K in profit. I've done the Facebook ads. It doesn't do that for me.
Right.
And the amount per deal is so much lower.
Of course.
And so I hate it. And the reason why I love postcards so much is because when someone gets like an ROS postcard we have, they keep that postcard on the fridge. It sticks for months. PPC doesn't do that. SEO doesn't do that. Text and SMS don't really do that. Postcard does.
Unless you follow up.
Yeah, unless you follow up. But once you get a call in there, then it's harvested on there. But honestly, man, I've always seen it. Absentee owner is decent, but really, I'd be going after the other ones on here. And I think you bump the equity up, you should get more motivation than just absentee owner.
Okay.
Tired
And
landlord would
codes
be a
and
lot
probate.
better. Yeah, probate,
Okay.
hands down.
And actually, that deal that I spoke to you about yesterday was a postcard deal.
Oh, wow.
From May.
Jeez.
So they do keep it on the fridge.
They do, man.
Yep, I appreciate it, man. Thank you
You
so
know why?
much.
When I used to go on deals, I still sometimes go on appointments to train people. Every time we go on the deal, the postcard's on the fridge. Every time. And
Yep.
sometimes there's 4 or 5 postcards. But why do you think they went on our deal? Because we kept calling them.
Yep.
That's how you do it, man.
Zach, I appreciate you. I appreciate your father, man. What you guys are doing in this industry. Y'all are shaking the gurus, man. Trust me. I know gurus. I paid for masterminds, and they talk about you guys. I know it. So
Oh, dude. dude, I know it all day, dude. It's so funny. I
I
can't
know.
mention it half the time, but dude, it's hilarious. One thing I can tell you though is before we get off the call, do you know your contact rate?
My contact rate.
Yes, I'd ask your VAs if they can figure that out for
I
you.
have it. I have the spreadsheet.
All right.
I believe it's 28%.
That's really good because you
Is
said
it?
on one of the comments you spent $1,000 for 20,000 addresses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ooh, I know that's not credit bureau data, but if you're getting a 28% contact rate, keep that skip trace.
Because my skip tracer is awesome, and he's getting me 80% accuracy on the phone numbers, which is why I constantly use him.
Yeah.
And I know they're dialing between 5 to 7,000 numbers, but the contact rate is, like I said, 20%. Or
Yeah, I'd keep that.
they
That's
send
really
me the
good.
statistics every day.
That's good because
Hmm.
our team's under 20, but it's cranking out in a lot of people. So I'd probably say you're doing well. That's good. Keep it up.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thanks again.